Dak Prescott's looked awful too. I don't want to hear that Week 18 game had no meaning. If it had no meaning, why did Dak play basically the entire game? That makes no sense.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon Tierney. Welcome to Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, Super Wildcard Edition, brought to you by BetMGM. Now, pretty simple. Each week, two of the internet's hottest cappers compete against each other to make you money. We'll find the best bets for a Super Wildcard weekend. I'll decide who earns the cash. End of the show, we'll throw down one big bet from Monday night's CowBOYS-Bucs game. All right, my man Sal last week hammered through. He got the dub. Lauren on the spot with, let's say, kind of a tricky bet.
Pick each of the 6 wildcard games, parlay them all together. That is your punishment for losing to me last week. Happy wildcard weekend.
All right, I don't have high hopes for this thing, but I'm going to have a heck of a time sweating out all of these games. I just hope that, it's not instantly dead after the first couple of games.
6 legs, huh? Why not just throw in a couple of NBAs, make it an even 10? Good luck, Lauren. I guess probably not going to hit that. All right, let's meet the victims. I mean the competitors, my bad. First up, we got Joe. He's the host of Ceraulo Sports Talk. He's a big Mets fan. Hopefully he's recovered from the Carlos Correa situation. Joe, what's going on, buddy?
Doing my best to bounce back from that, Brandon, but I think a win today will help. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, you got it. Wins always change the mood. I got you. And going up against that, Joe, is another Joe, Joe Osborne. He's the host of Chasing That Paper. What up, Joe-O?
What is up, my man? I'm fired up for Super Wildcard Weekend. Fired up to get on here and compete today.
Let's go. Let's bring it. What are we playing for? We got to have some stakes here, guys. So the loser's going to do what?
Well, the NFL playoffs are about to kick off, so the loser is going to place a $20 futures bet on a team of the winner's choice. Any winnings from that bet, should it follow through, go to the winner.
All right, you know what? And I'm going to throw in a little company money there. Do I have the latitude to do that? Sure. We're going to make it $40, all right? We're going to double that. It's going to be a $40 bet, and any direction that you want. So we just already raised the stakes. All right, let's rock, boys. Here we go. All right, guys. First up, we call it quick fire. Pretty simple premise. I'm going to throw you a bunch of questions. Give me a quick answer, and then each answer will have the nominational value. The first one's for $30. So, Joe C., we're coming your way first. Who's the favorite currently to win the Coach of the Year? Joe C.
Ooh, Coach of the Year favorite. Gonna go with the Eagles, 14-3. I'll take Nick Sirianni on that one.
All right, so Joe C. is Nick S. Joe O., which way are you going here?
I have to go with Brian Daboll on that one.
Okay. The answer, by the way, is actually Sirianni. And I got to tell you, that's flawed. So 30 for Joe C., but $10 extra credit to Joe O., because I think it should be Daboll. We're going to split it up 30-10.
That's
okay,
fair.
we're good?
That's fair.
All right. Okay. All right.
I know
Daboll's
we're giving
good.
out participation trophies here, but all right.
Oh, we could also take back. So easy. Guys, and by the way, Daboll's been phenomenal. I mean, Sirianni's been great. That Giants team was basically unwatchable for 5 years. They've both done a fantastic job. All right, guys, up next, Joe O., you go first, $40 here. So 3 players returned to punt for a touchdown this season. Name one of them, and you cannot copy your opponent's answer. Joe O.
Cordero Patterson.
All right, we're going to put Joe O. down for Mr. Patterson. Joe C.
Ooh, it cost me money on the Jets plus 3.5 when they played New England. Was it Kendrick Bourne back there?
Oh, guys, you were in the vicinity there in terms of that Jets-Patriots game. No, the answer is Marcus Jones, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Khalif Raymond. So no blood on that one. So we're still tied up 30-10. Let's move to $50 here, guys. So what's measured longer in inches? A regulation-sized football or a lock of Trevor Lawrence's hair at his present length, okay? Joe C., back to you.
Gonna go with a lock of T-Law's hair there. I mean, that thing's shoulder length. It's got to be longer.
Yeah, it's getting pretty long, getting a little rambunctious there. Joe C. Probably Joe O. How about you?
Yeah, I hate to agree, but I have to. That was my instinct as well, so I'll go with Lawrence's hair.
All right, both of you guys have $50 in the back pocket there. It is Trevor Lawrence's hair. Regulation-sized football, by the way, 11.25 inches. Trevor Lawrence's locks right now are over a foot. He's feeling himself. And hey, you take the Jags to the playoffs 2 feet, I think people will be okay with that. Keep it moving. Number 4. All right, look at this gorgeous wheel. Look at this. We bear no expenses. How about the props on this show? Joe Osborne, all right? I'm going to spin the wheel, all right, right behind me. And for $60, you're going to have to name 8 players from the team it lands on. Now, if that doesn't work, you hit. If you can't do it, Joe C slides in the side door, gets the money, all right?
All right, let's do it.
All right, Joe O, let's see your football team fate. Joe O's going to have to identify, I'll give him something obscure. Not the Chargers. All right, the Chargers. Go, Joe.
We're going to go with Bosa, Mack, Herbert, Eckler, Mike Williams.
5.
We're at 5. We're at,
Yep.
Who else do we have here?
Ooh,
I'm more of a numbers guy,
bump.
not a names guy.
Yeah, enough of the excuses. Come on, hit us
Samuel
with
Jr.,
Uh-huh.
Derwin James,
Yep. One more. You got 5. You got 5 seconds.
and
Nope, that's it. No.
Rashawn
You're
Slater,
right.
Corey Lindsley. Come on, man. You got to be better than that.
Great. Ooh.
I'm a numbers game, not a numbers guy, not a names guy. I'm
So
happy
he
I got
takes-
to 7.
You know what, though? Hold on a second. I don't know if I like Joe C's attitude. When the pressure is on, when the clock is ticking, all right, the mind changes. So here's what I'm going to do. You're going to go, and I'm going to see if you can name, little bonus here, 8 players in 30 seconds for whatever team this one lands on.
Yeah, let's see
And
it.
if you get it, you know what? Now, I'm going to actually do it even one step further. I'm going to actually put it on the Titans. I need 30 seconds up on the board. If you get it, by the way, you double the money. If you don't, you lose what you stole. Let's go. 8
All right,
Titans.
let's do it. Ryan
Come on.
Tannehill, Malik Willis, Joshua Dobbs, Derrick Henry, Haskins, Traylon Burks, Robert Woods, Jeffrey Simmons.
I got to tell you, I thought that would be a little bit more of a struggle. Nice job there, pal. Double the money.
Well
Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, guys, we're going to keep it moving as we jump into Did They Know? First, though, a quick scoreboard update. Joe C, early lead, 2 Bills, 200. Joe O is at 60. We've got a high-scored affair so far. All right, how does Did They Know work? Simple. To help celebrate the legalization, guys, of betting in Ohio, we went to a Bengals tailgate, and we just got to start chatting up with some fans and want to get a sense of how much they know about their team. So your challenge is to identify, based on what they present on tape, if you think that they will get the questions we ask them right, okay? And each one is $40. Ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, first up, let's meet Josh, see what Josh is all about.
My name is Josh. My favorite Bengals memory was when McPherson kicked the field goal for the AFC Championship last year.
All right, still trying to push that big hat. It's not working for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old. Big hat, what are we doing? Joe C, do you think that Josh will know the answer to the question, what is the name of the Bengals mascot?
No, I don't think he will. He seems like more of a casual fan. I mean, if his favorite memory is just from a year ago, I don't think he's going to know that one.
That's a pretty decent logic. The one thing that I will say on his behalf, it's not like the Bengals have an array of historical moments that you would latch on to be fair, but I was kind of thinking the same thing. Joe O, you think he knows the Bengals mascot's name?
I mean, I gotta agree. I don't mean to be rude and judge people based on appearance here, but he didn't come off as the brightest guy in that little clip that he gave us. And I don't know if he might be a couple drinks deep too. So I don't know how good the memory is gonna be.
Wow, I thought I
right.
was the heel on this show, and now Joe is out here calling people dumb. Oof.
It's questioning
Well,
intelligence
hey,
here.
don't put word. I didn't say dumb. I said maybe not the brightest. Big difference, right?
Well, let's see whether he's a couple of beers in, whether he's overly intelligent, whether he's a half a fan. Who knows? Let's get the answer.
Who dat? Who dat?
I told you it's not that
All right, cool.
All right, so a little humble pie, shoving it right back in both of your grills. He knew it.
Yeah, that's my bad. Don't judge people based on first impression.
Big hats.
I guess you could say, right? So I learned my lesson there.
Okay, all right. Next up, guys, how about Brian and somebody who calls himself the Bangalorian?
I'm the Bangalorian. I'm Brian. Most memorable has to be the Raiders playoff game. I was in the stands. Pratt catches that interception. We go on to win, and I bust out the cigars and go nuts.
Certainly paints a pretty vivid picture. He's all in. So we asked Brian, all right, to name 8 Bengals on the current roster before his buddy, the Bangalorian, can smash a beer. Do you think he was able to do this? Joe C.
No shot. No shot. People from Cincinnati can drink. There's not much else to do. I'd say he finished that beer before Brian got 4 names out of his mouth.
Okay. Joe O.
Let's see how much of a fan this guy is. See if he can do better than I can with naming 8 players. So, yeah, I'll say he gets it.
Yeah, fairly unique and fairly eclectic duo. This could be an SNL skit. Let's see what we have going on here.
All right. Okay. Trenton Irwin, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. You're going to finish your beer. I lose. You drink fast.
That was pathetic. I should have taken a closer look at the cup he was drinking out of. That was a little dinky cup.
That went into my decision making, man. Size matters. I saw the size of that cup.
Oh, man, he could not do it. So Joe C. swipes the $40. What was he, drinking out of a thimble? I mean, the thing was done in a second. All right, guys, up next, we call it Take Two. I've got a couple of marquee games for you. Give us your take, whichever one I like the best. I will assign a $50 win to each game. Joe O, you're down big. I'm going to give you a chance to go first here. Giants +3 at the Vikings. They just played December 24th. Go ahead, Joe O.
Yeah, I'm going to take the points and go with the Giants here. First of all, we'll go back a couple weeks ago to Christmas Eve when these teams played. Of course, the Vikings won by 3 points on a walk-off 61-yard field goal, but I would argue that the Giants actually outplayed them. The Vikings had a real cupcake schedule this season, and outside of that game versus the Bills, where they had a horseshoe up their ass, they absolutely stunk versus other good teams. They've had so much luck all season.
Yeah,
like you can't really...
Listen.
You can't knock
Joe?
them so much for these close wins, but it seems like things are going their way a lot. So, yeah, I like the Giants and the points in this one.
Interesting. All right, Joe C., which way are you going here? G-Men, or are you going with the Vikes?
Well, for entertainment's sake, I hate to agree, but Joe, you made a lot of great points, and I'm with you. I'm taking the Giants +3, but I'm going to double down and take the Giants money line in this one as well. Brandon, I know you remember this game, but when the Giants and Vikings played a couple weeks ago, it reminded me of Week 17, 2007. Now, sorry to do this to you, Brandon. I was 9 years old when that game against New England was played. The Giants lost 38-35, and I turned to my dad watching that game and said, if they play each other again, the Giants are going to win. Got the same exact feeling in this game against Minnesota that if they met again, the Giants would win. Vikings have had exactly 5 wins fall on that 3-point number this year, by far the most in the NFL. Giants aren't just going to cover, they're going to win this game.
I heard a lot of salient points there. I did. I'm going to actually give you each 50 spot. I think both of you guys bring really good things to the table, kind of saying the same things. I don't want to really differentiate, although the money line is, you know, and I'm just going for the money line. I'm going to throw half of that your way as well. Stick $25 in the bag for the money line call, 50 each there. And I feel like the Giants' personality, like they won a couple of games early in the year. Like they didn't really have an identity week 1 in Tennessee or week 2 home against Carolina. Even the Ravens game, their identity wasn't there yet. But the Commanders game and the Vikings game on Christmas Eve, I think we had a better sense of who these Giants are. And they are a tough, grind it out, well-coached, protect the football kind of a team. And now their defense is healthy. I like the Giants +3 as well. So there we go. Ravens +7 and a hook, the always interesting hook, at the Bengals, who look like a team that might be able to mess around and get back to a Super Bowl. Joe C., which way you rolling here?
Look, wild card weekend usually belongs to the underdogs, but I just can't see any way, shape, or form that this game does. Lamar Jackson's status is still questionable. Some even say doubtful for this game. And look at Cincinnati. They started the year 0-2, started ugly. Since then, they finished 12-4 against the number, covering 12 out of their last 14 contests on the year, also winning 12 out of their last 14. I mean, the Bengals are the hottest team in football right now, bar none. It's going to be a bloodbath, a double-digit win in Cincy. Baltimore, welcome to the jungle.
All right, Joe O, you might almost have to disagree. Well, go ahead. I don't want to make you the decision for you.
Well,
but that seems pretty logical what Joe C. just said. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Well, everything I've been on this week, I've been on the Bengals. I'm not going to go against what I believe in. And I absolutely love the Bengals in this spot, -7.5 points. This Ravens offense has been completely incompetent over the last 6 games, 17 or fewer points per game. And then we look at the other side of things. The Bengals absolutely on fire, 8 straight wins. Go back to last season, 21-3 against the spread. This is a money-making team. They mean business, and I like them to cover this number.
I think both of you guys nailed this. Nothing's easy, nothing's a lock, but I don't know how you look at this team and conjure up, real conviction outside of just trying to be different or trying to, juice the odds and go money line for a big number. I don't see how the Ravens win this game. I'm not even sure how they really hang around. So, all right, gentlemen, very well done. $50 each of your way. Let's keep going. All right, it's go time. It is officially go time as we move into the big one. Joe C with a big lead, but that could change. Joe C sitting pretty at 365. Joe O, a lot of real estate to make up at 160. Now, the big one, you place one big monster bet. You can actually shape it up a couple of different ways. However you want to do this, just attack this with vigor. Mondays, you got the Bucs, you got the Cowboys. Joe C, big lead. You set the tone. You go first. Go ahead.
Well, Brandon, I make my living betting sides, but I'm going to go for a prop in this one. It's Mike Evans. I'm going to put $100 on him at plus 175 to score a touchdown in this game. He's got touchdowns in 4 of 6 playoff games with Tom Brady the last couple of years, and he went dormant this year. Didn't have a touchdown after week 4 until he exploded for 3 of them against Carolina in week 17. He's Tom Brady's favorite target. Make no mistake about that. Mike Evans, $100 on him to score a touchdown, plus 175.
Okay, all right, Joe O, you've got to get busy here, buddy. A lot of room to make up.
Yeah, I got to push it all to the middle. I'm going to go all in here. I'm going to take the Bucs plus 2.5 here, guys. And there's a lot of factors at hand here. Most notably, Dallas is probably playing their worst football of the season. I think it's awfully tough to ask them to turn it around in a tight spot on the road here in the playoffs. And Dak Prescott's looked awful too. I don't want to hear that week 18 game had no meaning. If it had no meaning, why did Dak play basically the entire game? That makes no sense whatsoever. As for the Bucs, I think they match up pretty good with this Cowboys team. They're going to be able to limit their pass rush. So I think Tom Brady, this should be a pretty good spot for him. He's been much better at home. And don't sleep on this Bucs D. And of course, you get that buffoon on the sideline for the Dallas Cowboys. You trust him, Mike McCarthy, in a tight spot. I do not. So give me the Bucs plus 2.5.
Okay, guys, good work. Good luck with those bets and enjoy the games.
Can't wait.
Thanks, Brandon.